The big game coming up this Sunday.
Oh, I can't wait. The Super Bowl.
And we have the best panel of sporting experts in town. Let's introduce you to retired sports anchor Daryl Patterson. Daryl, good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Former sports editor of the Chattanooga Times Free Press. It is Roy Exum. You read him in the Chattanoogan.com every day. And one of the hosts of Sport Talk on Talk Radio 102.3, Scott Quate McMahon. Gentlemen, good morning and thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
All right, let's get the rules firmly established here. There are no rules.
We're in.
Are no rules. Jamal is our resident sports expert on this side of the clock, so where are we going to start?
You know, I think the easiest place to start is you just look at the matchup at quarterback. I mean, you have Tom Brady on one side of the field and Nick Foles on the other.
Yeah.
One guy's won a bunch of Super Bowls. One guy started the season as a backup. How do you compete there?
Well, Brady has played in a lot of Super Bowls, but Foles has watched a lot of Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying?
I've watched a lot of Super Bowls too, but that doesn't mean I can get on the field and win the game.
But they, to me, the fact that Philadelphia is here with the loss of their quarterback, I mean, they were on a big roll. Wentz gets hurt, Foles comes in, and they didn't lose a beat. Maybe it's karma. Maybe it's something. I don't know what it is, and I was hoping for a Falcons-Patriots ring.
Oh, yeah, who wasn't?
But
all right, Roy, what do you think?
You look at people, and here we got Brady and folks. If they were a doctor, if they were a brain surgeon, who would you want working on you?
Oh, I'd want Tom Brady. Let's call them right now.
And I'm saying, hey, go with the old man. He's got 11 stitches in his thumb. What does he do? He wins.
Yeah, good
That's
point.
right. No, there's no question about it.
Quite.
I think in life and death situation, especially Roy, you'd want Tom Brady for sure. But I think what the key to this game is the Eagles' pressure on him. If they can get to him and do it for 4 quarters, because we saw Atlanta last year couldn't hold the wall up, and of course Jacksonville gave him fits. But if you give him a little bit of sliver, that door open, boom, he's going to go through it.
All right, Brady at 40, the oldest quarterback to start in any Super Bowl. Is the age going to work against him or in his favor, do you think?
I don't think it's going to work against him. He's good. I mean, we all love Peyton Manning, and everybody talks about Peyton Manning, this best quarterback ever. No, maybe second best quarterback ever. I think Brady has proven he is, in my opinion, he's the best quarterback in NFL history.
Yeah, you can't question championships.
Well, you really can't, and I don't think age has anything to do with it. You and I remember when Nicholas won at the Masters.
Who?
Nicholas. Last time he won at Nicholas. Got him Jack. Yeah,
Jack.
with Ohio State.
Golden Bear.
They're on a first-name basis. Well, all right. We're going to revisit the quarterback situation here in just a couple of minutes. I think we have some video that we want to show you. This cut number 1 is from the Patriots when they were playing on the Jaguars in the final 2 touchdowns. Brady to
Danny Amendola. Now, you mentioned one thing just a second ago, 4 quarters, and that's a big thing. I mean, the past couple of times we've seen the Patriots, just last time they played on the field. Right there, Jacksonville, they did not play 4 quarters, but the second half was all they needed. Now, the question is, if they just put it together in the second half against Jacksonville, is that going to be enough?
Yeah. I mean, the thing that impresses you is the New England organization. Yeah. And we hear that they're fighting and Belichick and Brady don't like each other. Forget it. They've got it down. They're Saban.
They may not like each other, 6 days out of the week.
Oh, yeah.
But come game day.
It's all about the dollar.
Yeah. You can't argue with the knowledge that both Brady and Belichick have. I've heard it said that Belichick knows more about football than Jack Daniels knew about whiskey. The man is a student of the game.
Well, when you look at him, you can see him after the AFC Championship game. He quickly passed off that trophy. That's not the one he's after.
That's right.
Just like Nick Saban. I don't care until we win the championship. Then it's on to winning the next one.
Jamal, there was a great article in Sports Illustrated, I think it's this week, about the great friendship that Belichick and Saban have.
Yeah.
And you take Peyton. Peyton was on the phone all the time calling these different quarterbacks. And he was great friends with all of them. And they would talk about football. And that's what pays off.
Now, you're looking at the coaching situation. We've talked about Bill. Let's talk about Doug Peterson. He's a young coach, only been at the helm of this Philadelphia team for a couple of years, and he's got him to the peak with the backup quarterback. I mean, talk about the job that this guy's done.
I think if you look at their defense, like I mentioned, you put the pressure on them. Fletcher Cox, the middle linebacker, and Derek Barnett, rookie that was obviously a Tennessee Vol. But Ajay, the running back, to keep the ball out of Brady's hands, I think that's what Peterson has done a good job of, is the old adage, and Roy, Darryl, we heard it 1,000 years, play defense and run the football means success in the game of football, regardless of the high school level or the ultimate level of the NFL.
Yeah, good point. If it comes down towards the end of the game and the score is fairly close, what's going to be the thing that tips the balance one way or another?
To me, it's Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, if Philadelphia goes into the fourth quarter up by 3 touchdowns, if in my opinion, if we have a repeat of last year's Super Bowl, I think Philadelphia, having that history of watching what happened to the Falcons last year, it will put more pressure on them to maintain and to keep going and keep. If they're up by a touchdown or 10 points or 13 points going into the fourth quarter, they're in big trouble because Brady will get them. Yeah. If they have a big lead, I think that's the key. They're really going to have to dominate that game because of number 12. Yeah, that's it.
I want to give you another idea. 12, Brady is a given. We know he's a player. Now, where I think it's going to be the second half, the Patriots running
game.
Patriots running.
Yeah. Any coach will tell you got to run it, and I think that's going to
either team's running again. You mentioned if Philadelphia can ball control, I think they're in a whole lot better. They can't just they can't have a 1-minute drive, a 2-minute drive. The Patriots can and have shown that they're going to do that.
Let me tell you, Deion Lewis has looked like one of the best running backs in the league at times for that team this year. But I think the real cog on that offense that you need is Rob Gronkowski. When they have him, I mean, it takes 2 or 3 guys to cover him.
Are they going to have him?
I guess they're going to decide today or whatever, but he said he would play.
He's saying he's going to play.
If the doctors, right,
it's going to take a lot to keep him out of the Super Bowl.
Guys,
you're right, he's unguardable.
We got to take a quick break. We're going to be back here in just a moment. We're going to pick up with that thought and show you another little bit of video, and we're going to get the predictions for this year's Super Bowl from our panel of experts. Not mine. I'm not an expert. We got more of Let's Chat right after this.